Before the Hogyoku was invented, both Urahara and Aizen came to the conclusion that the Shinigami have limits to their power, and Urahara thought that in order to level up the Soul Reaper's powers, they have to turn more into hollows and ultimately become a Vizard. As a result of this conclusion, Urahara invented the Hogyoku. Roughly 101 years before his defection from Soul Society, Aizen put an experiment into motion, which would put the true capabilities of the Hogyoku to the test. With the help of his subordinates, he forcibly caused Shinji Hiroko and a number of other Shinigami captains and lieutenants to undergo holification. In an attempt to reverse the damage Aizen had caused, Kisuke Urahara used the Hogyoku on them. However,
助けられるのですか？平子殿たちを本当に？いいえ。言ったはずっす。賭けのような方法だって。方法はないんすよ。これの他にはね。
While it succeeded in stabilizing their souls, it failed to undo the holification. Framed for the incident by Aizen, Kisuke fled to the world of the living with the group of Shinigami, bringing his Hogyoku along with him. Eventually, the group of Shinigami, gaining control over their new-found hollow powers, became known as the Vizard. Sometime after his exile, Urahara tried to destroy the Hogyoku, but unfortunately, he couldn't. So, out of desperation, he deactivated it and placed it inside the soul of Rukia Kuchiki and gave her a special Gigai without her permission, which would eventually turn her to a human permanently, hoping it would hide the Hogyoku forever. But his plan failed when Aizen betrayed the Soul Society to retrieve it. Unbeknown to Urahara, Aizen was the one who had deployed Rukia to the human world in the first place. Due to Urahara's research, Aizen discovered a tool which he used to extract the Hogyoku from Rukia. After that, he went back to the Wikomondo, where he used the Hogyoku to increase the Yarankar's power. When Aizen gained possession of Urahara's Hogyoku, he broke the seal that was placed on it, but the orb still needed time to awaken from its dormancy. However, Aizen discovered a way to temporarily bypass this awakening period. He found the Hogyoku could be fully awakened, if only for instant, by allowing it to momentarily fuse with an individual who possesses at least twice the rare Yuko of a captain-level Shinigami. Aizen himself possesses such a level of Ryuko, and therefore uses the Hogyoku to enhance his Arankar army. The Hogyoku has an overbearing power. We can realize this from Tisai Tsukabishi's reaction when he witnessed the Hogyoku for the first time. He stated it possessed an overbearing power unlike anything else in the Soul Society, a power completely unrelated to Ryatsu. He goes on to say its very presence felt as tough it were trying to stifle his very existence. Desire materialization. Contrary to the popular belief, the Hogyoku's ability is not controlling the boundary of Shinigami and Hollows. The Hogyoku's true power is the ability to absorb the desires of those around it and manifest them into reality. However, this power is not without limitations. The Hogyoku itself is a guiding force. It can only manifest the desires of those with the strength to carry them out. The events which happened around Ichigo, Kurosaki, Rukia Kuchiki, and Kisuke Urahara were events materialized by the Hogyoku itself, which possesses a will of its own. Subjects exposed to the Hogyoku. Because of its ability to manifest the hearts of those around it, even if they are not aware of it, The Hogyoku has affected several different individuals. In some cases, its powers were used intentionally. Vizard. When Shinji Hiroko and 7 other captains and lieutenants began to undergo holification because of Aizen's holification experiments, Urahara sought to reverse the process by using the Hogyoku. However, instead of undoing the process, the orb stabilized their souls, allowing them to become the Vizard. Even though Hollows can become Arankar through natural means, the difference in power is usually small, comparing it to creating Arankars with the Hogyoku. Orihime Inoue and Yasutora Sado. According to Aizen, because Orihime and Sado cursed their powerlessness from the bottom of their hearts, the Hogyoku caused them to develop unique abilities, the Shonshon Rika and the Brazo Derecha do Gigante. Sosuke Aizen. After using the Hogyoku to bolster his army's power, Aizen implanted it in himself, attaining regeneration as a result. When his soul later reached its limit as a Shinigami, the orb caused Aizen to undergo a series of transformations, causing himself to transcend the boundaries between Shinigami and Hollows. Rukia Kuchiki. According to Aizen, she still held the guilt of killing Kain Shiba. The Hogyoku caused her to transfer all her powers into Ichigo Kurosaki instead of half as she had intended. Kanami Tosen. As a reward for faithfully serving Aizen, Tosen was granted hollow powers, and as a result, he was able to gain sight.